In today's second date update, something happened to a guy that I didn't think happened anymore. Not since like the 50s or even earlier, the 20s. He was out dancing with a girl and some guy came up and asked to cut in.
Really?
And then stole her time. I didn't know that still existed.
I didn't either.
What's up, Charlie? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay.
Thanks for your email, man. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for calling me. I really appreciate this.
No problem. We'll get into the whole cutting in thing because I thought that was weird. But first of all, tell us about the girl that you want to call today. What's her name?
Her name's Summer.
Summer. All right. And where'd you meet Summer?
Set up by a friend of a friend.
Was it a blind date that you were going on then?
Yeah. I'd never met her, but my friend said she was real nice and cool and that I should, so I said, sure, why not?
And was she real nice and cool?
Yeah, she was really pleasant.
Pleasant? No one wants to be described as really pleasant. That's like
sure
starting a sentence with bless your heart.
You sure you want to do a second date update and try to get another date with her?
Yeah, I do. I mean, she's stunning. That's the thing.
There you go.
Was she more stunning or more pleasant? I can't figure out with you.
Well, she was pleasantly stunning.
Okay. Pleasantly stunning. That's a nice way to describe her. So what did you like about Summer so much? Why was she so pleasantly stunning?
Well, I expected her to be blonde, with a name like Summer, but she had jet black hair and she was tall and fit and just everything a Summer was not supposed to be. That's what she was.
She was it. She was like a naughty Summer.
She's a winter.
The hottest Summer ever. The hottest Summer on record. And you got a date with her.
Yeah, I got pretty lucky.
So
Were you nervous when you saw her? You were obviously taken aback with how beautiful she was.
Well, yeah, it was just, I wasn't even sure if it was her, really. I just kind of made eye contact, thought about it for a second, and I was thinking, just do it, man. Just go approach her, just ask if her name is Summer. And it was.
okay, awesome.
Yes.
So
This is it.
email said that you guys hung out at a bar and did some dancing, and there was some point where a guy cut in on you?
Yeah. So we went to this bar, and there was live music, and it was nice, and conversation started a little slow, and we got to know each other, and then we started dancing.
And were you like grinding dancing, or is this like pair dancing, like the foxtrot, or I don't know?
It was just regular old dancing, not like 1940s old dancing, like now old dancing.
Okay, just normal dancing. All right. And how did that guy cut in on you? I didn't think that happened anymore.
I haven't heard of that in a while.
Yeah, it was pretty awkward. We were, we had taken a break for a second. We went back to the bar, get some water, and this guy comes in and approaches me first before he approaches her. He says, "Hey, I saw you guys dancing over there. You guys are, you're a really good couple. Could I dance with her for a second? Because I haven't had any good partners." So
Whoa.
Sure.
That's strange that he even realized that you guys were together and then wanted to dance with her.
Yeah, he was probably like watching us for the whole night.
Oh, creepy.
It would have been better if he came up and was like, "Hey, I see you guys are a couple. Excuse me, do you mind if I dance with this fella over here?" And then you would have had to go dance with him.
That was not going to happen.
So why didn't you say no to him? I mean, when he asked to dance with her, just be like, "Nah, we're good, man. Thanks."
I didn't want to look like I was possessive on the first night. First impressions are so important, so I didn't want to freak her out or anything. So I said sure.
Should have just cracked a beer bottle over his head right there. That would have impressed her.
In another universe, I did.
What was her response to all this?
When the guy asked the question, she looked surprised and kind of looked like she said sure. So I just stepped out.
Okay. So how long was this dude dancing with your date?
It was a good 3-4 songs. It just kept going on and on and on.
All right.
What were you doing? Just hanging out at the bar, being awkward?
Yeah, check Facebook, check Instagram, pretend I had some emails.
That sucks. You're like, yeah, go ahead, dance with my date. I got some work I need to do anyway. Pretty important.
Super busy over here.
So do you think that she's not calling you back because she liked that guy more than you?
I'm worried that she might think I'm like some spineless little kid or I couldn't stand up for myself. I couldn't fight the big bad intruder or anything like that. So she probably thinks I'm pretty much like a weenie.
Yeah.
Okay. How did the date end with her then? Did you ever get her back after that guy stole your date away?
Yeah. She eventually cut off and came back to me and said, "Hey, how you doing?" I was pretending, playing it off like, "Oh yeah, no, my job, my boss is always sending me these late night emails, but we should get out of here." And she said, "Yeah." We went out and we got like a little nightcap, like a slice of pizza, and then she called an Uber and she gave me a polite kiss.
Like on the cheek or something?
No, like on my lips. It was polite.
It was polite. So it wasn't like a passionate, I like you a lot kiss. It was like, thanks for a fun night and the pizza.
So she is
and then
pleasant.
she just got in the car and left.
Yeah.
Did she ever ask you why you didn't cut in?
No, she didn't. But I could tell that she really wanted to ask.
Yeah.
So how many times have you tried to get a hold of her since that date?
I've been calling her a few times, sending her a few texts for the past, 2-3 weeks. And she only replied once, which is when I just kind of gave up.
What'd she say?
And she told me she was going to be out of town for 2 months and that she was going to be disconnected. So
That sounds like a blow off and a half. Like, hey, I'm going to be gone for about 2 months, so hopefully you'll forget about me by then. Is that what it feels like?
yeah,
All right.
that's what it sounds like.
I'm
Disconnected for 8 weeks. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm moving.
Well, we're going to play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
All right, thanks.
All right, man, hang on. I don't know if the girl's even going to answer in today's second date update. Because if you just are tuning in for it, Charlie is on the phone. He wants to call a girl named Summer. They went out to a bar with a band and did some dancing on their first date. There was an awkward moment where a guy actually cut in and asked her to dance and spent 10 minutes dancing with her while Charlie just sat there at the bar by himself and waited. He thinks that maybe he didn't show that he was strong enough by telling the guy, "No, you can't dance with my date," and that's the reason she's not calling back. I say though that she might not answer because she told Charlie she was going to be unavailable for 2 months. So I'm guessing when we get her on the phone, Charlie, all we're going to hear is this, just noises from some jungle somewhere where she's working. I hope she's got a satellite phone to answer us because she's gone for 2 months. Who knows where?
Yeah, I just hope it works, man.
Yeah. If she answers the phone, then it's going to be very apparent that the 2 month thing was a lie.
Well, I don't know if she's going to answer your call because she doesn't answer mine, so
Yeah.
she most likely won't answer yours.
Well, let's find out.
Why do you want to call this girl? I mean, she spent 10, 15 minutes of your date dancing with another guy. She's lying to you probably about even being available. I feel like you should chalk this up to a loss and move on.
She's just different from, everyone I've been with is really, how do I say this, popular with my circle of friends. So
Okay.
this girl is completely different.
She's
I
not
just can't let her
popular.
go.
Because she's not because she doesn't have a lot of friends?
I don't get it.
No. Here's the thing is, all my exes pretty much have slept with all of my friends. And this girl hasn't done that.
Oh. So she holds a special place in your heart because she hasn't slept with your friends.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's call her
This is already going
and see if we can get you another date.
Okay.
Here we go.
You guys really don't get anything, do you? You really don't understand.
I don't think so. All right, I just dialed the phone number. Hang on.
Hello?
Hi, I was looking for Summer.
Who is this?
Hi, Summer. My name is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a morning radio show.
You're what? I'm sorry. Say it again?
My name is Jubal, and I host a morning radio show. It's called Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay, why are you calling me?
I'm calling you because one of our listeners asked if we could get you on the phone.
Okay.
And I will start by saying this. It's kind of strange that you even answered because he thought you were out of town for 2 months.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. His name is Charlie, and you recently went out on a date with him. I'm assuming you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. So Charlie emailed us, told us about your date, told us how you said you were going to be gone for 2 months, and asked if we could get you on the phone and find out why you don't want to go out with Charlie again.
Yeah, things changed with my plans, and I came back earlier than I thought.
You are not sticking with that lie. I mean, come on.
It's not a lie. I didn't expect to be back.
Oh, okay. So then you're going to call Charlie and go out with him again.
Uh,
All right. So do you mind telling us a little bit about your date?
I think he's insane.
If you feel that strongly, why would you just tell him, like, no, I don't ever want to see you again, instead of I'm going to be gone for 2 months?
I didn't want him to start contacting me or get any sort of... I just wanted to go away.
Oh, can I tell you why he thinks you're not calling him back?
Sure, I'd love to hear why he thinks I'm not talking with him.
Well, he thinks it's because when that guy cut in and you danced with that guy for a while, he didn't stick up for you in that moment. He was worried that you might think he has no backbone.
No, it's the opposite.
Whoa.
What do you mean?
Well, after I was done dancing with this guy, Charlie took me aside and started talking to me, and at first I didn't know what he was saying because he was whispering.
That's always weird.
It was shady. He kept talking about the guy that cut in, and he said he'd handle the situation for me.
What does that mean? Like, protect your honor? And
He wanted to make a plan with me where I would lure the guy outside.
So he could fight him.
Yeah, because he wanted me to lure the guy out behind the bar so he could jump out and use his martial arts moves on him.
Did you say use his martial arts moves on him?
What?
Yeah, he said he could snap the guy's neck in one move, and then he showed me.
Like he was...
what?
He moved his hands really in a really quick motion. He said that would snap his neck.
Okay, this is what I'm picturing. I'm picturing him talking like a, I don't know, fourth grader who's like, I will do my karate moves on him and try to chop him in the neck and it'll break his neck.
I mean, did you just start laughing? How did you control yourself?
I didn't know what to do. I just said, let's just get some pizza. Let's get out of here.
Did you like anything about him, like, up until the ninja moment?
He was just very awkward.
Of course, he's observing his surroundings in case he needs to make a quick escape or, scissor kick somebody.
I guess it was one of the weirdest nights of my entire life.
Hey, Summer, I do have to let you know that guy Charlie is a real-life karate master.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's a master of illusion because he's actually on the other line listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you.
You're serious?
Yes.
No.
Charlie?
Yeah.
God.
Should I say Charlie-san? Charlie-san, are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here. Summer, I was just trying to do, the right thing, okay? I was trying to defend your honor, all right?
I don't need to defend my honor. I'm not, it's just
The
strange.
guy was creepy, Summer. The guy was so freaking creepy.
No, you were creepy. You were trying to show your martial arts moves in the back of the bar. I mean, I wasn't going to lure somebody out there for you.
Well, I wasn't going to fight him in the bar, so of course we had to take him outside.
Oh, that makes sense.
I
Duh.
want to get blood everywhere.
Yeah.
Our bad.
What is wrong with you? You don't have to beat up anyone.
No, here's the thing. Guys are animals, all right? And sometimes you need to put the animals in their place. And I was going to help you.
What
put
are
that
you
guy
talking
in his
about? You're insane.
place. No. Okay, well, I am insane for you, and I will do anything that I have to do to protect you, all right? That makes me insane,
What?
then sure, I'm insane.
Dude, she was just dancing.
Okay, we agree. You're insane. This is insane.
How many guys would actually stand up for you like I did.
Well, not a lot of guys know that much karate, Charlie.
That's the problem.
We're not all warriors.
Yeah, not a lot of guys know the moves that I know.
Oh, Charlie. Charlie, you realize that she was just dancing with somebody. It's not like someone was attacking her.
Well, here's the thing. Martial arts is about honor. And this guy was dishonoring me in my face. So, of course, I gotta step up.
Yeah, but Charlie, trying to get your date to lure him outside so you could fight him?
Surprise attack.
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't have been much of a fight, honestly. He would have been out in like 3 seconds.
Do you guys still need me at this point? I think what what he's saying kind of proves my point.
Yeah.
I do need you for just...
Can I go now?
No, I need you for 1 second, Summer, because I have to ask you this. Would you like to go on a second date with Charlie? We'll pay for it.
I want to honor Charlie right now and say no, and I want him to practice his karate moves on another date.
Oh, what?
Well, you know, you're missing out on like a personal superhero that helps you out with whatever you need. So good luck.
Yeah, I stopped watching cartoons when I was about 12. So.
All right, well, no second date, Charlie. I'm sorry, Summer. Thank you for being honest with us about what happened. I appreciate it.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, guys.
Yep, I would like to thank both of you for coming into my dojo today. You're great competitors.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Welcome aboard Flight 92.5.
They say that tragedy can bring people together.
Yeah.
And today's second date update, the people met each other in the most horrific way possible.
Oh my gosh.
They both had broken iPhones. I know. The humanity.
I don't think I can
What?
listen to this story.
Are you supposed to do when your iPhone breaks and you have no other option than to actually speak to a live person
No!
and look them in the eye and have a conversation that isn't text message
What is that?
and doesn't contain emojis? I've never read an email that was scarier than the one that we got for today's second date update, but apparently that's how Eric met the girl that he wants to call today. They met each other while they were getting their iPhones fixed.
Wow.
Eric, please tell me the iPhone is okay before we get on with this.
The iPhone is good. On the other hand, I don't know.
Thank
Wow.
God.
It's like a saga for the decades.
Yeah. So your email said you met her while you guys were getting your iPhones fixed. How'd that happen?
Yep, I was just sitting there getting my iPhone fixed, waiting, it was a long wait. And then came this girl, and she was pretty cute.
And what's her name?
Tony.
Tony. Okay.
Yeah.
And did she immediately sit down next to you, or how'd you approach her?
She left the seat open in between us.
Oh.
Oh, so you sat down a seat away from you. You didn't want to get too close.
Right. So I was already there, yeah.
It is kind of weird when you sit directly next to somebody when there's lots of chairs available.
True,
Yeah,
right?
there is. I like to do that just because I like the awkwardness of it. But, yeah, how'd you strike up a conversation?
I started the conversation with, I was pretty cheesy, but I was like, so you have an iPhone, huh? Me too.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow. What's the coincidence there?
Pretty smooth, right?
Yeah, very smooth.
Yeah. I'm sure you had to think about that one for a good 20 minutes before you actually started talking to her.
Actually, the sad thing is it did take me a while to say that. So.
You're sitting there, your like palms are sweaty. You're like, what's the best opening line? iPhone, huh? You too? Yeah. Oh, God, that's crazy.
Hey, got me in, all right?
All right.
Dude, how did she even respond to that? It's not a question. It's not even a hello.
Well, she answered it, and she said, yes.
She's like, yep.
Yep.
Correct.
All right.
Yep, and?
Uh-huh.
How did you go from that to asking her out on a date? I assume that's what you did.
Well, we just were talking about how it seemed like how long it was going to take to get our phones back, and I was like, hey, he said this is not going to be done for another 45 minutes to an hour. Do you want to go grab a cup of coffee with me?
Oh, okay, so you asked her to coffee right on the spot. How did it go?
It went really well. In fact, there was this moment at the beginning of it that I really liked.
Oh.
Okay, well, what was that moment?
I asked her when we were having coffee, so tell me something that nobody else knows about you.
All right.
All right. And did she be like, I like to murder dudes by meeting them
at the Apple Store when I'm getting my iPhone fixed.
Keep it a secret.
Yeah.
It never got back to me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's good.
Because I got a little bit of a furrowed brow and kind of got called out. And she was like, "Where did you get that question? It sounds like from some dating site or something."
It does. It does sound like it's like a how-to dating book.
I don't date much, and I was like, "You got me. It is." So,
Oh, you actually did learn that from some sort of website?
so embarrassing.
Yeah, but I will say cute that you owned up to it.
Yeah, and I really liked that about her. I thought that was kind of hot that she was like calling me out,
Yeah.
Totally.
That is kind of sexy, all right.
Real.
Did she laugh at you then?
Yeah, we had a good little laugh about that. So that, that really was one of the moments.
Okay, and how did the rest of coffee go?
The coffee was good.
No, I don't care about the actual quality of the coffee. I want to know how the conversation went with her.
What was the phone ratio?
Yeah, it went really well. Everything, and like I said, that was a good moment. And then we just kind of talked and shared some stuff. And before I knew it, an hour was up, and I was like, "Oh, I guess we should probably go back." She was like, "Yeah." So we walked back over. And both of our iPhones were fixed at that point.
Which is awesome because it's like the perfect setup for getting her phone number, right?
Exactly. Because if mine had been done, it would have been like, should I stick around?
Yeah, I'll wait until your phone is finished, I guess. So did you get her number, or were you smooth and like, all right, sweet, that was really fun coffee, and took off?
So I gave her my number, and then she texted me. So I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Right? That's a good sign, right?
That's a totally good sign because you can take as many numbers as you want, but I'm not texting anybody back.
So did you guys go out on another date, or was this your only time hanging out?
That was our date.
Okay.
That was it. So I don't know what happened.
So did you ask her out and she just not respond to you?
Yeah, I sent her a few texts, just try to see if we could get something together, and I got nothing back. So I don't know.
Maybe she's old school. Maybe she wanted a phone call.
I don't know. Maybe her iPhone broke again.
Maybe that's it. Maybe she's back there waiting for her iPhone, hoping that she can get your text message.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's weird.
Okay. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
Okay.
All right, man, hang on. Right in the middle of a second date update, and if you're just joining us, Eric is on the phone, and today he wants to call a girl named Tony. They actually met while they were getting their iPhones fixed. And to kill time, they went and grabbed coffee. Mm-hmm. He says that they had a great time, and she was flirty, and they laughed a lot and had fun, but now she's not calling him back. I actually think I may know the reason, Eric.
Oh?
Yeah.
Do tell.
What model of iPhone do you currently have?
5.
That's what it is. You don't have the latest generation.
What?
You don't have the latest generation phone, dude. I had a buddy who has the 4, really close personal friend of mine, had to cut him out of my life. She probably saw that you have a 5 and was like, I'm never talking to this dude again.
That doesn't sound like Tony.
No, trust me, if she's an iPhone user, she's a bit of a snob. We all are.
Well, if she was that much of a snob, she would have just bought a new one instead of getting hers fixed.
That's true.
You know?
So maybe there is still hope for you, Eric.
I hope so.
All right. Well, I'm going to dial her phone number and see if we can get her on the phone and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
You all right?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Are you holding your breath?
I was nervous.
Okay. All right.
I thought he was going to throw up.
Well, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Tony, please?
Yeah, this is her.
Hey, Tony. My name is Samson. I'm calling from the Apple Store, just checking in on your iPhone.
Yeah, everything's fine.
You were in here getting it fixed the other day. Did we do a good job for you?
Yeah, it's working perfectly now.
Wonderful.
Gosh.
I'm going to send you a few pics on it, and I want you to look at those and see if those go through okay, just to test it out, if that's all right.
What's going on here?
Oh, this is actually Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. How are you?
Fine. Who?
She's like,
Jubal
that didn't
from
make it more.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning?
Why am I hearing so many people on the phone here?
That's because this is a morning radio show.
Hi, Tony.
Hi.
Have you ever heard of the show, Brooke and Jubal in the morning?
No.
No. Okay. Well, we are a radio show, and we recently got an email about you from a dude that you met while you were getting your iPhone fixed.
Oh.
Do Do you know what dude we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been meeting a lot of dudes while getting my iPhone fixed, so you must be talking about Eric.
Yes, we were talking about Eric. So Eric told us how he met you, and he said that you guys went to coffee and had a really good time, and he wants to take you out on a regular date, but you're not calling him back.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a reason?
I just wasn't that into it.
But you could understand why he'd be confused with that because you exchanged numbers with him at the end.
Yeah, I know. I probably shouldn't have given him my number.
Did you do that just to be nice?
I mean, I was kind of taken off guard, honestly.
Okay. So it sounds like you don't like Eric.
I thought he seemed like a nice guy, but I guess I was wrong.
Why?
Yeah.
He sounded like a nice dude when we talked to him.
Well, yeah, it sounded like a nice guy when I was talking to him, too, but actions speak louder than words.
Whoa!
What do you mean? You said actions speak louder than words. What were the actions that make you think that he's not a good person or whatever?
Well, did he tell you what happened when we met?
He said that you guys were both sitting there waiting for your iPhones to get fixed and then decided to go get some coffee. And according to him, it was very flirty and you guys had a fun time.
That's it?
That's it.
So he didn't tell you about the end of our date?
He just told us at the end of everything, you guys got your phones back and exchanged numbers. And then that's where he left it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when we were leaving the coffee shop, he grabbed like 20 packets of sugar off the table and shoved them in his pocket before he walked out the door.
What?
Whoa!
He grabbed sugar packets?
Yeah, like a huge handful of sugar packets. And he was looking around like all suspicious, you know, making sure nobody saw him do it. And it totally caught me off guard.
Did you ask him why? Was he trying to be funny or something?
Yeah.
No, I didn't have to ask him why. He's obviously a thief.
Wait, and and sugar is his thing to steal?
Sweet tooth man.
Well, from the coffee shop at least. Who knows what else he steals from anywhere else?
Okay, so you're mad at him for taking the sugar packets?
Yeah, it just says something about what kind of person he is. I just think he's a despicable person.
Okay, I can appreciate a person who actually sees a red flag, but maybe there's like a logical explanation.
The only explanation at all is that he stole from that coffee shop.
The sugar packets, though.
I don't care what they were. Would it be any different if he stole the silverware off the table at a restaurant?
I don't mean, I guess I see your point, but...
How could you think that's not a big deal to steal from a restaurant, from any business?
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't another issue, too. I agree with you, though. It's crazy that he would do that.
Well, it is weird. I mean, you gotta think, it is weird. If he has the, gall to take 20 packets of sugar in front of you on your first hangout, he's obviously pretty comfortable just taking things.
Yeah, it's messed up. You should have seen the smug look on his face. Like he's so proud of himself for stealing 20 sugar packets and saving
Okay,
himself.
I can't listen to any more of it. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Whoa!
Sugar packets. That is what gave you a bad feeling.
What is going on?
Oh, that's Eric. He's actually on the other line listening.
What?
And wants to talk to you, but he couldn't wait until I told you that.
Yeah, I came in because this is ridiculous. Tony, you said you had a bad feeling and that actions speak louder than words. And I was like, did I punch any babies? Come on. What?
Oh, wow.
You gotta be
You have to
kidding.
punch a baby to be a bad person?
You said it like it was the worst thing I had ever done, you'd ever seen anybody do.
You are a thief, Eric.
Everybody does that.
No, not everybody does that.
My Meemaw taught me that.
Well, your Meemaw must be a pretty bad person, too. She's taught you some pretty terrible habits.
My Meemaw was a beautiful woman.
You're not speaking of me, Mom.
Yeah.
But can I just ask, why 20 packets of sugar? What do you use them for?
It's Splenda, first off. It's not sugar, right? It's Splenda.
Big difference.
Yeah.
Which I guess is harder to buy yourself.
It's more expensive.
That doesn't mean you can steal it from someplace like a coffee shop.
I pay for the coffee, and I get to take as many Splendas as I want. That's what it's there for. You can do it, too.
No, you get to use as many Splendas as you want while you're there.
Yeah, I mean, she kind of has a good point. Like, if everybody went in and took 20 packets of sugar and Splenda, they'd spend more money on that than the actual coffee.
They would refill it. They do, I know.
Do you, take the rest of the ketchup home after you're done using it there? Do you take all the salt and pepper shakers, too? Use them for your meal, so they're yours now.
No, that's different.
It's not different. It's not different. How is that different? You are a thief. Either way, you're stealing from the establishment.
Wow, Tony, you are angry.
Hey, Tony, if you had such a big problem with it, why didn't you say something?
We had just met. I didn't feel like it was my responsibility to scold you for stealing.
I just can't believe that you're yelling at me for taking packets of Splenda.
I can't believe you're not in jail for stealing.
Okay, now that's a little extreme.
Oh, yeah, they're going to catch me one day. The big criminal, the Splenda bandit. Oh, I'm on the
I
land.
hope they do.
Well, before they lock Eric up for life, Tony, would you like to go out on a second date with him? We'll pay for it.
Oh, come on.
No, I would not.
Are you sure he's a bad boy? I thought all women like bad boys.
No, absolutely not. Eric, your karma's going to catch up to you someday, and I hope it was worth it for all the Splenda.
Well, you know what? I don't want to go out on a date with you either because you're crazy.
All right.
Crazy?
Well,
I'm crazy?
yeah,
right.
Tony, hold on.
No, I'm not going to hold on. No,
Okay.
this is absolute bull. I've had enough.
Okay,
I'm not going to lose talking from this degenerate criminals stealing sugar.
Well, that's
all right, and you shouldn't have to. Hello? Eric, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, I think she hung up on you. Well, us.
Wow. I am super glad that I didn't actually get the date because that got crazier and crazier.
Yeah. You know, the other crazy part, I've already called the police, and they're headed to your place right now.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text message in at 78592 says that girl would hate me if she saw how many Taco Bell hot sauce packets I have at my house. If you missed today's second date update, Eric wanted to call a girl named Tony. They met while they were getting their iPhones repaired. They went and got coffee. And turns out that he is a thief and a criminal and needs to be locked up because he took some Splenda packets.
Come on,
Like
man.
20 Splenda packets. And she called him a thief and all kinds of names, and they agreed to not go out again.
Jeez.
Hopefully she'll find someone that is a better person to hang out with. And I think, yes, we should definitely call the authorities on that guy and make sure that justice is served.
Give him a break. Come
Remember,
on.
if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show and we will call the person who didn't call you back. The girl on the phone for a second date update today had her first date at one of the craziest places possible. People are popping pills left and right. Lots of group activity, if you know what I mean. And everybody's inhibitions are lowered. Mostly because of dementia. She went to the retirement home. She went to the retirement home, yeah.
Oh, wow, it's amazing how all those things are the same.
I know, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Ah, they're having fun over there.
Kara is on the phone, and apparently her first date with this dude was at the retirement home. Want to hear more about that in a second. That's an interesting date. Kara, how are you?
I'm okay.
The first thing that comes to my mind is you're like a gold digger dating a 92-year-old Alzheimer's patient.
Oh, I hope that's true.
You're an old
No. The guy, I went on a date with a guy who volunteers there.
Oh, he's
okay.
a good person.
How'd you meet him?
Well, okay, we met on an app, and, he was funny, and we got along. Like, he plays a bunch of team sports. Like, he does a bunch of, like, those kind of leagues, and I do too, and it's fun. So we kind of talked about that stuff, and we think we may have played each other before.
That's
That was
awesome.
kind of funny.
Okay.
So how did he strike up the idea to go on a date at the retirement home?
Well, that wasn't it. He was like, let's meet up, and he just said a street corner.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's scary. You meet a dude on Nap and he's like, just meet me at the corner of whatever and whatever.
I mean, pretty much, but I didn't read it like that, like that's when he texted us, so it didn't sound creepy at the time.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, he wanted to surprise me, and I was up for it, so.
Yeah, because surprises can be fun.
Yeah.
They can also be scary.
Yeah.
Either one.
Remember
But
that.
this turned out to be a fun surprise, huh?
Yeah. So we first met up, and we walked for a bit, and then he just said, I'm going to bring you somewhere. So I was like, okay. And I thought, well, we're going to a restaurant or something. And instead, that's when he took me to a retirement home. And I was like, oh.
What?
Okay. Yeah, he said he volunteers there sometimes, and then I was like skeptical, like that this was going to be fun at all. Like I just thought it was going to be lame.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
Yeah.
and, he was going to try to teach me something or whatever, and, like a life lesson.
Oh my God.
Change diapers.
But did he know all the, was he friends with all the old people in there?
Yes, yeah, it's turned out to be sort of cool. Like,
Okay, so he's there all the time.
I would fall instantly in love with him.
Really?
Oh my God. Old people are so cute, and like
Cute, but the smell.
someone
Yeah.
who volunteers and
They're cute when they're
befriends them.
contained.
Oh, you guys.
They're contained. They're not like out walking in your way or screwing up
No.
airport lines, things like that. Yeah,
I
if
feel
you
like
keep them
little-
in a confined space, old people can be very,
You guys are awful.
very nice. So, did you enjoy the retirement home?
yeah, I mean, my grandfather passed away pretty recently, and it kind of reminded me of him, and that was cute, and I don't know. And he was sweet. Like, Corey was sweet. He was nice to them. They really got him, and we ate dinner with them. Like, it was a wholesome time. Like, we played card games. It was all, like, but we had one kind of awkward moment. And it was like this woman who lives there. She was like, "Are you boyfriend and girlfriend?" And we sort of said, "No, this is kind of our first date." And she was like, "Well, you should kiss." So
Yeah, Granny.
Whoa.
Yeah, she wanted some action.
Yeah.
Feisty
Yo,
over
they
there.
are fighting. You've heard about the STD reports
Yeah,
at these
they
senior
have
citizens' homes.
a lot
for
there.
a reason.
Apparently, you got a watcher in
Yeah.
that retirement home. So, did you guys make out in front of him?
no, I mean, it was just sort of this awkward peck on the cheek,
Cute.
And then the lady, she clapped.
Oh, that is kind of
That's
nice.
really sweet. Why was that awkward, though?
It was just like, like, are you boyfriend and girl? It was just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I don't
can see
know.
that part.
And you've never
Yeah.
kissed, and it's like kiss each other.
Yeah, and then being forced to kiss with old peering eyes
Yeah.
looking at you.
So was that the most uncomfortable moment of the evening?
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. And then when we were leaving, he walked me back to my car, and he kissed me for real.
Aww.
Well,
Oh.
And that old lady popped up from the car seat in the back and was like, "Yeah, good job."
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I was hoping you'd really get after it.
Take off his shirt.
no.
No, she says no. How was the kiss?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it wasn't like a big thing, but it was just really nice. It was like first date kiss.
Okay.
Got it.
But now it's been a week, and he's, like, we're texting here and there, but he's not asking me out again.
Okay, and if you tried to like hint, or have you asked him out?
No, but it just feels kind of like I've been here before. Like, when you're on these apps, like you go out like it's your job, right? So
Yeah.
like, and I can tell that he's not really in any hurry to go out again. Like something's off, and I don't know what that is. So that's why I wanted you guys to help me find out like what's up.
And you were kind and excited about all the old people, right? Because maybe this is like some sort of test that he does with women to see.
Well, it could be. It could be, but at the same time, like, it was just so nice. Like, we just kind of hung out and played cards and, like, talked about stuff, and it was just really...
It was easy.
Yeah. There wasn't any, like, in the back of my mind now I'm thinking, was that a test? I don't know, but I don't think so. It seemed like it was just like, this is something that's important to him.
But you were good with the old folks. You didn't try to, like, fight one of them.
No.
All right, well, we'll play a song and then come back and call him and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
All right, hang on. If you're just joining us, Kara is on the phone, and Kara told us all about her first date with a dude named Corey. They spent it in heaven's waiting room.
Oh my gosh, don't say it like
Well,
that.
I mean, that's a nice thing.
Otherwise,
Take a number.
known as a rest home.
Yeah.
Because Corey, I guess, the dude that she went out with, volunteers at that rest home, and he wanted to take her on a date there so they could spend time with some of the people that live there, and they just hung out, had dinner, played cards, and she said it was actually a lot of fun. And Kara, I don't want you to blow this. I want you to get a second date. I really do.
Okay.
Why are you so invested?
Well, because, Kara, you have an opportunity here that I don't think you realize, all right? Retirement homes are really a great opportunity if you can get in. Because you can steal a lot of stuff from those people. Like jewelry and stuff, they don't even know what they have. Like you can really, and once you're on the inside, it's hard to get in there. Now that you're on the inside, this could be a great opportunity, not only for love, but also to acquire some awesome jewelry.
You are sick.
Okay.
What are they gonna do? Chase after you?
Oh my
No.
God.
No,
You
they're
guys
not.
are awful. I mean, I thought at least you were going to say you're going to try to get in on somebody's will, not just up and steal from them when they're still alive.
I got a buddy who works on one. He sells bedpans wholesale. Makes a ton of cash. So it's a great financial opportunity for you as well, Kara.
Good tip. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any last words before we call Corey and see why he isn't calling you back for a second date?
This one felt like a little different. Like it was like we had chemistry. It felt like it was going in the way that we'd like go out again at least. But it's just been fading, and I don't know why. And
Okay. So you like this guy, and you definitely felt potential.
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if we can get him on the phone. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Corey, please?
Speaking. Who's this?
Corey, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show. How you doing today, sir?
What? Why that?
I don't know why I said it like that.
Yeah. Sorry, Corey.
I'm okay. Why are you guys calling me?
Well, because we got an email about you from one of our listeners, and they just said we had to call Corey and talk to him. I don't know why I said it like that either.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I think you guys might have like the wrong person.
Well, I have a phone number here with this number that I just called, and it says their name is Corey, and it says that they volunteer at a retirement home from time to time.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, so you're old folks Corey.
That's what they call him.
I guess.
I don't think Corey's finding any of
think
this
so.
very amusing.
Sorry, he's probably confused.
Corey,
Yeah.
we're calling because we do a segment on our show. It's called the Second Date Update. So we got an email from Kara, who you went on a date with to that retirement home.
Right.
And Kara wants to know why you haven't asked her out on a second date yet.
She says that like she can sense that you're like falling off.
Well, to be honest, I think like if I was to go out with her, it would be more casual than a relationship. I don't know if she's like exactly the right girl for me.
She's got a friend
So wait,
vibe,
is
or-
it like you're not looking for a relationship, or it's her?
Well, I am because I am single, but at the same time, like, gosh, how do I say this? Just the ladies at the old folks home, I volunteer there a lot, and they're like a big part of my life. They just don't think that she was right for me.
Oh, wow.
Wait, what?
So they're hating.
They're blocking her?
They just noticed a few things, and they just didn't think that it was in my best interest or that it would work out. Like, over the years, I've been volunteering there a lot, and it's kind of like having numerous grandparents, like, looking out for you and giving you
hold up.
advice. And
What specifics did they give the old ladies on why she isn't right for you?
some of the stuff they said was, like, her outfit. It might have been a little inappropriate.
All right, Judgy Betty's.
Her outfit?
Was it?
And did you tell them that she didn't know she was going to a retirement home? She probably would have dressed differently if she knew that that was what was on the agenda.
I did. But
What was she wearing? Like a
Yeah,
skirt?
seriously.
she was wearing a skirt and like had her midriff showing a little bit, you know?
Okay, so she's just kind of sexy?
Yeah.
Yeah, she dressed like for a first date, you guys. Like,
They kind of didn't like that her skirt was so low and that her belly button was showing. I can kind of see that, you know?
yeah. Because not
Okay.
everybody has a belly button in the world.
You mean
but
they don't dress
whatever.
like that in the retirement home? That's
Yeah.
how I pictured it.
I mean, everybody has a belly button, but you don't go around flashing it, you know?
Okay. Besides that, did they name other things?
Well, now, these are their words, not mine, but remember their words. They said the makeup was too hookery.
What?
Hookery.
Who are these judgy old women? Okay.
Sounds just like old women to me. Doesn't I'd take the judgy off it. That sounds like how they would talk, I think.
That is not.
She's
no.
hookery.
Why did you not defend her or stand up for her?
I'm just saying these old ladies, they give me good advice, you know, and I can't have them disgusted by my significant other, like the girl that I'm in a
Disgusted?
relationship with.
Now we've moved on
So-
to disgusted?
You said earlier it's like you have a bunch of grandparents, so if you date her seriously, you feel like you'd be letting down your grandmas, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I just feel like you really need to school them in how a woman's dress does not indicate whether or not she sleeps around.
I mean, like you've been around old people, it's hard to change their minds. And also, who am I to argue with them? Like, they have so much experience, you know? Like,
Yeah. Who knows how many hookers they've been with? Probably a lot, you know? You have no idea. They might be very schooled in that. Well, guess what, Corey? You know who might find this information interesting? Kara, and she's actually on the other line listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. Are you still there, Kara?
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you pissed, Kara? I'm pissed for you.
Well, first of all, this was a surprise. You said the date was a surprise. So I'm thinking we're going to a bar. And, like, you know my pictures. You know what I look like. You didn't think that maybe it would be a good idea to let me know, like, I don't know, like, dress like you would if we were going to church. Of course, that would have been an interesting, like, text back and forth.
Yeah, that would have you probably wouldn't have gone on that date.
Okay, I think you need to calm down a little bit, all right? Just calm down.
Calm down? Hookers don't calm down.
Those weren't even my words. Those were their words. I'm just explaining what had happened.
Also, like, my outfit wasn't a big, like, it was a skirt and, like, midriff, like, kind of shows, but not really. Like, it wasn't even, I mean, you've seen my pictures. Like, there's crazier looks than what I had on that day. So,
She could be way more hookery if she wanted.
well, yeah, pretty much.
I'm just saying you did dress a little provocatively, and they kind of picked up on that, and I have to kind of go with that because they're conservative, a little bit like me, you know? So
Conservative like you. Okay. So they think you're, like, pure as the driven snow, right? Is that the thing? Like, what if I told them that we had phone sex? And what if I told them all the filthy things you said on the phone?
Oh, hey, Corey.
Would they think that you're conservative now?
Oh,
Yeah, what would the gals down at the retirement home do with that knowledge?
somebody's a little two-faced.
well, that was something that was private within us. That wasn't out in the public. We're not going out like that.
Okay. So it's cool for you. Can I say this stuff on the radio? I probably shouldn't. You know, I'm not gonna.
Go for it. We can beep out whatever you
I'm
say.
going to say I would appreciate if you didn't tell everybody what I said because that was private and that was between you and me. I thought we had like a moment, you know, not to be
A
shared with the whole
secret, dirty
world.
moment. Yeah. No, I'm gonna because if I'm hookery, then obviously I bring that out in you because you couldn't keep from talking about the size of your and what you were going to do with it.
Again, that was private between you and I, like a moment.
Yeah, but now I want to know, what are you going to do with it?
How big is it, bro?
Yeah.
They want to compare notes.
Look, I'm just saying, the ladies, maybe they do have a point, because look at this. This is the type of behavior that they're talking about, you know?
Okay.
Again, she's the hookery one here.
This is so ridiculous. Like, do you know what year it is? Do you have any
talking
idea?
about private things like out on the radio in front of millions of people.
You called me a hooker on the radio, so
I didn't call you that, and I did not ever say that because that's not what I feel.
His old gal pals did.
right.
Hey, Kara?
I was being completely honest.
Part of his mahjong group.
Yeah, I'm going to ask the question anyway. Corey, would you go on a second date with Kara? We'll pay for it.
You know what? I don't think that would be the best idea.
Yeah. I think all of this is not working out like how anybody planned.
That's fine. You're a nice guy. Like, I wish you could time travel to go find someone for you. So,
Sweetheart, you're on the phone, on the radio, trying to get a hold of me, so maybe you should time travel and go back.
To where?
To what? To what?
Said before you made this phone call and embarrassed yourself in front of the world.
Oh,
I don't want to go out with you.
That's a short
You
time.
can try to get defensive, you can try to be angry, but sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not responding to your calls, and maybe you should stop trying to get a hold of me through the media.
The only thing that I really find offensive is that you called us the media. That's weird to me. You can learn a lot about life through baseball.
Yeah.
You know? When life throws you curveballs, you knock them out of the park.
I like
Sometimes you step up to the plate, you swing, and you miss, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you're the pitcher, and sometimes you're the catcher. Either way, you're gonna have a good time.
What?
Those are some famous sayings from baseball, and I bring them up because the guy on the phone for a second date update today, his name is Matthew, and he met the girl that he wants to call at a co-ed softball game. What's up, Matthew? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. How about you guys?
Pretty good. Were you the pitcher or the catcher that day?
I mainly bat and, play third base, but,
Thank God for answering it like
God,
that.
you're
You're-
a sick man.
Your email said that you met the girl that you want to call. Her name is Trisha.
yeah, she's real sweet.
Okay, and it says here you met her at a co-ed softball game. How'd that work?
Yeah, she was on the, opposite team.
Oh, the enemy.
Yeah, so that's, a little extra charm as well.
Let me guess. She was pitching to you. She struck you out, and then you threatened to fight her.
No way, dude.
That's usually how friendly softball games go,
Yeah.
Jubal. You're right.
Right.
Yeah. There's a lot
that
of
how-
physical violence.
Is that how it went down?
It was more like when we all went to the bar.
Oh.
Then you threatened to fight her.
There was no fighting. No
Thank you.
fighting. Just softball.
Okay.
Just softball.
Strange.
No fighting during the game or afterwards.
That's different than any co-ed sports league that I've been involved in. There's always a fight at some point, but okay.
Move on from
Right.
violence, please.
All right. So you met her at the bar.
Yes.
And had you had your eye on her like all game?
Oh, yes. All game for sure.
And what about her stuck out to you?
Oh, I mean, her legs just go on for days,
One of those girls with legs all the way up to her butt.
Yeah.
So hot. So hot.
We all have
She
them.
was really good at the game, and on top of it all, she seemed like a genuinely cool chick.
Awesome.
So how did you approach her at the bar?
Oh, I mean, I grabbed her a drink and, said congrats for whooping her ass, and, then we just started talking about how long we had been playing, and then one thing led to another, and I ended up getting her number, and we set a date to go hiking.
Sweet. How was the hike?
Oh, it was great. She met me where we were going to start out.
Nice.
What'd you say?
Oh, I just said nice. Sorry.
I heard you. I was just like, what?
Very nice. She met you there.
I'm excited for you.
She met you where you're going to start. That's better than meeting you at the end of the trail, I guess.
I approve.
And she was just as awesome as the first time you met her.
Absolutely. Like, she did great on the hike, and we were able to talk. We weren't winded or anything. And, I mean, at the end, like, when we said goodbye, like, I didn't know if, a kiss was feeling out, and I mean, she was real sweaty. I was real sweaty.
Yeah.
I didn't know, like, we kind of just had a quick hug, but, like, it was still, like, you felt that connection there, and we made plans for about a week later to go out again.
Oh, so you guys had a second date.
No, see, like, a day before she texted to cancel. She needed to cancel for some reason, but, so I don't know. And now it's like, now I haven't really heard from her, so kind of feel blown off.
Have you tried to reschedule that date that you had planned?
I mean, yeah, I sent 1 or 2 texts just saying, hey, sorry, scheduling didn't work. Is next weekend good? And I didn't really get an answer from any of that.
Can I ask, I mean, just looking back at the time you guys spent together between like the softball game and the hiking, do you think that she also thought of this as a romantic date?
Well, I mean, I would hope it would be kind of obvious because I asked for her number, I said I would love to get together. Like, to me, that sends a pretty clear signal of like, hey, I'm interested in you.
Right.
Even if like things go slow or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So how long has it been since you've heard from her?
It's been over a week since I talked with her, and she hasn't responded to the 2 texts I sent.
Oh, man.
Just a sweaty hug at the end of the hike. That's all you got.
Yeah, right?
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Thanks, man.
All right, hang on. I gotta say, I'm skeptical of you, Matthew.
Am I suspect?
Yes, you are.
For what?
Well, we do a lot of these second date updates, all right? And everything always sounds normal until we get the person on the phone, and then something weird comes out, okay? Now, you said that you met this girl at a co-ed softball game. You went to the bar after, asked for her number, and you guys went on a hike and had a great time, and nothing weird happened.
That is all true.
Okay. Well, if I call her and I find out that you've been going to all of her games since then, dressed up like...
No. Buddy, I will be 100% honest with you. That thought did cross my mind.
Okay.
But I denied it because I didn't want to be a creeper.
All right, good. I picture you in the stands like an NFL quarterback's mom with her name on your shirt, sitting there like... Go, Trisha! That's my girl! So,
oh, my God.
You promised me you haven't done that.
I have not done that.
All right.
He still doesn't trust you,
No,
just so you know.
Still, I'm a little weary of you. I'm going to dial the phone number right now, though, and get her on the phone and find out why she's not calling you back, okay?
All right.
Hello.
Hi, is Trisha there?
Yes, this is she.
Hey, Trisha, how are you? My name is Jubal, and I host a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay.
I'm calling because one of our listeners sent an email about you. His name is Matthew, and he sent us an email saying you guys were supposed to go out on a date, and then you stopped responding to him, and he wants to know why.
He sent an email about that? Why would he do that?
Because he liked you and he would like to go out again, but you just stopped talking to him, so he thought maybe we could help him out and figure out the answer.
Look, I am not comfortable discussing this.
If it's something way too personal, you don't have to tell us, but if it's not, I mean, he wants to know. He liked you a lot.
You got to put yourself in his shoes. You know how frustrating it can be if you feel like you connected with somebody and then they drop off.
I mean, yeah, I get that. And he's a good guy. I totally got that sense from him.
Okay, so if he's a good guy, then why aren't you calling him back?
Look, he was really cool. He's just not marriage material.
Whoa.
Why is he not marriage material? Did you guys get into that conversation on your first date?
No, we didn't, talk about it, but, you could just tell from the date.
Is he immature or something? I mean...
Well, here's where I am. I am not getting any younger, and I absolutely want to get married someday. Yeah. And he's just not going to be that guy.
That is a really quick judgment to make after meeting someone just one time.
Yeah.
Actually, we hung out twice.
Oh.
Okay, so 2 times is enough for you to know that?
Now you know everything about him.
How can you possibly know that he's not marriage material after 2 hangouts?
Because after the second time we hung out, he took me back to his car, and his car was full of stuff, piles and piles.
Wait,
and,
are you saying that it was just messy? Like there was garbage and stuff in it?
Well, I didn't know. So I had asked him, I was like, what's the deal with all your stuff? Are you moving or something? And he said no. And he said that
he lives out of his van.
He lives in his van?
Yeah, and he does it by choice.
What do you mean? It's not that he's homeless, it's that he wants to be homeless?
Yeah, he chooses this.
Really?
What did he say to you to make you think that?
He said, look, it's this really great situation. I choose this. I feel it's better. I'm saving money. And I look in there, and there is a mattress. There's a jug of water, hot plate. It's really weird.
Normally, when you see a van with a mattress in it on a first date, that's a good sign.
No, always bad.
So you're saying you didn't want to see him again because he lives in his van?
No, I don't know. I've been going back and forth over this, for the past few days because, he lives in a van.
Yeah.
So you're saying you don't want to move into a van if you guys ever got more serious?
No. Well, no, I don't know. That's the thing.
You don't know if you want to move into a van. You might be willing to move into a van?
No, I definitely don't want to live in a van. That's the problem.
Okay.
But don't you think... Okay, granted, this is a kind of an odd situation, but he has, a regular job, right?
He has a really good job, and he makes, a ton of money. Whoa. He just chooses to save it.
All right, so the guy just likes to live in a van.
He seems really in love with his living situation, and if that's the case, I don't want to mess with it.
I have so many questions.
You don't want to make the guy give up his house,
Exactly, his green van.
Yeah.
Well, Trisha, I do need to let you know that Matthew is actually on the other line listening, maybe in his van right now, and he wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah. Matthew, you there?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Hey, Trisha.
Oh, my God.
I am not in my van, just to clarify. I'm in my office. I'm at work right now.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. I'm just really surprised because, when we went out, you seemed to think it was really kind of cool what I was doing.
Yeah, I said it was cool when I was looking at it because I didn't just want to tell you it was weird right off the bat.
Okay. Oh, now you're just 180 on this. So I'm confused.
Matthew, think about it. How could a girl see a van and think, I want to stay the night with him? I'm not sure where I'm going to go to the bathroom if I have to go, but...
Just owning a van and living out of it is awesome. I have this freedom that everybody else is dreaming about. I save all this money. It keeps going in the bank when everybody else is spending and going into debt on these houses that they can't afford. And they're never in because they're always at work all day for them. What's the point of it?
The point is to actually have a place where you could hang out, not something that you could, drive from point A to point B, like you're home traveling everywhere.
But that means I can hang out everywhere, Trisha. Wherever I want to hang out. The world is my home. And Trish, I'm not living in the Stone Age with this. I've got Wi-Fi, I can run things off this generator. I have electricity. I have the basic things that I need and stay connected with the world. I can work remotely if I want to. Come on.
He's got it all figured out, Trisha.
It just sounds weird to me. I never pictured my boyfriend living in a van.
On purpose.
But it may be fun, Trisha. It's definitely an adventure.
Yeah, that's the word for it.
It is an adventure. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
I don't know, man. You have a great personality, and you're a really cool guy, but the whole living in a van thing is just a giant turn off for me.
Just give it a weekend, Trisha. Pretend you're going on a luxurious camping trip. Give it 2 nights, and I will convince you. I promise.
2 nights? That is a big ask, sir.
So you want me to spend 2 nights in your van when we've only been on one official date together?
You were the one who was throwing around the marriage word of, needing to find marriage material. So, 2 nights is not going to kill you.
He has a point.
I say 2 nights is a drop in the bucket.
In that case, Trisha, would you like to go out with Matthew on a second date? We will pay for it. I mean, I guess the date would be 2 nights in his van, but whatever. Would you like to go out with him again?
I'm still kind of on the fence about it. I am going to say no to 2 nights in the van.
Oh.
But I'm up to hanging out with him again.
Okay, so you'll go out on a date with him, but you won't sleep in the van.
Yes, I will go out on a date. I will not spend the 2 nights in a van.
Okay. Well, congratulations, Matthew. That's a successful second date.
I can work with that.
All right. So you guys go out on your date. Matthew, you try to convince her that living in a van is better than living in a house. And I wish you both luck.
Trisha, freedom is in our future. I guarantee.
Oh, my God.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592. That girl's totally crazy. Living in a van is awesome. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning, talking about today's second date update. Matthew wanted to call Trisha to find out why she wasn't calling him back after their date. Turns out she wasn't calling him back because she's judgmental and wants to date a guy who lives in a house and not in his van. He apparently has a good job, makes money, but he prefers living in his van instead of living in a house.
Yeah.
He just likes it.
He's saving money. I mean, he's making smart financial decisions, I guess, that way.
Yeah, and he can pick up and move to wherever he wants.
Yeah, which is different. Normally you say, hey, this guy lives in a van. You're like, oh, he's struggling in life. He's, whatever. It's like, no, this guy, she's making really good decisions.
As someone who's dated a person that lives in their car, it's not that bad. They just stay at your house a lot more.
Yeah, maybe that was her fear. She's like, I don't want him over here all the time.
Yeah.
But it sounds like he doesn't like being in a house at all. He just enjoys living in his van. Text in at 78592. Would you date a person that lived in their van? If they had a job and made money, and that was just how they chose to live, would you date them? Text in 78592. It's been a while since we got an email for a second date update where somebody says they found the one on their first date. And Justin is on the phone right now. He says that the girl he went out with is the one.
Wow.
And he never wants her to escape his firm grasp.
Okay, now it gets creepy.
He wants to grab her and make sure she always stays in his life and that the one won't slip away. Hey, Justin, before we start this second date update, you don't have the one chained up in your basement, do you?
No.
Okay,
good.
creepy laugher. All right.
Because I won't be involved in that again. All right?
That should be a hard no, not a laugh no.
Your email did say, though, that you think this woman is the one. Before we get into all that, where did you meet her?
I met her through some friends of ours. It was kind of like an old high school buddy set me up with her, and I haven't really hung out with a whole lot of girls, and I was really eager to go on a date.
Like ever? You never hung out with girls like ever?
I think he means dates.
Yeah. I haven't dated in a long time. I definitely hung out with girls, but it's been a while, so I just did a blind date, and I mean, I thought she was the one. I still think she might be the one.
Have you ever felt that way about someone before?
No, never. I mean, I've always been, pretty stingy, and I'm definitely not going to settle. And I think that no matter what, I've got to find a way to marry this girl. She's perfect.
Wow.
Whoa.
Okay.
These stories either end up really romantic if the girl reciprocates those feelings, or you end up looking like crazy.
Well, I'm crazy in love, so.
All right.
Nice spin.
Beyonce. Well, tell us what you did for your date.
Yeah, well, before we even went out on the date, I just really wanted to show her the kind of guy I am. So I sent her a bunch of flowers to her work, and I actually went and got one of each kind of flower because I wasn't sure which one was her favorite. So,
like every flower?
It's just a bouquet of millions.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, one of each of the ones that I could buy individually, it was like $200 worth of flowers.
Damn. All right.
Wait, hold up. This is for a person you've never even met?
I mean, I wanted to start strong.
Real strong.
What did she, I mean, had you guys talked on the phone even?
Just basic texting, like to set up the date. That's it.
Okay. So you already are showing her that you're really into her.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted everything to go perfect in case she was that special, and turned out that I was right. And I wrote her a note that said, hey, I don't know which is your favorite flower, so maybe when we meet, you can let me know which one you like the best.
And she texted you back and said she had allergies and now she's in the hospital for a week because of all those flowers.
What'd she say to the huge $200 bouquet?
She said, "Wow, this is a lot." And she said thanks, but I think maybe it was a little much, but
yeah,
I don't know. At least she knows I'm serious.
Oh my God, what'd you do on the date then? If you started with that,
In my mind, the perfect date, it was any girl's dream. We met for a winery tour.
Whoa.
Man, okay, so you're going all out. How was the wine tour? Not just like, was it interesting? I mean, how was it with her? I'm sure it was kind of cool.
Tell me about the
Yeah.
It was really good. I mean, I was a little nervous when they were telling us to spit out the wine after we tasted. I mean, I knew that was what you're supposed to do, but I ended up drinking most of it, and so I got a little drunk.
Nice.
You get wasted on
that's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Did she get drunk too?
I think a little bit, but I think I was definitely more drunk, but I don't think she could tell.
Okay, as long as you had a driver, you're good. And did you guys go to dinner after that?
No, we just did the winery tour. Then it was pretty early still, so I asked her if she wanted to come back to my place, and I already had some more wine and cheese and snacks set up on my rooftop.
Dang,
Wait,
bro.
you had a rooftop picnic already planned?
Yeah. So I had that set up. I set that up that morning.
Dude,
Whoa,
you
okay.
we all. What if you had met this girl and you hated her?
I guess, if she wasn't, if we weren't meshing and I didn't really like her, I could have just not invited her back and could have just had the wine myself.
Yeah. Spend time with somebody you like, you know? But obviously it did go well and you guys went back there. And how did that whole thing play out? Did you get a kiss or more?
Oh my
Or
gosh.
less?
I mean, yeah, she
Or
was
in the middle somewhere? Or...
she was.
What I'm asking is, did you get any action,
Oh my
Justin?
God, he's trying to tell
Action.
you.
I didn't want to, again, I wanted to show her I was serious, and I mean, she was just a striking girl, like just gorgeous, and I've never been that close, felt that close to a woman in my life. Maybe my mom, but other than that, probably no one.
Okay.
Let's never compare romantic things and then throw in your mom during that.
That's what she told me too, to just not bring up my mom, but I'm really close with my mom.
Wait, did you bring up your mom a bunch while you guys were having wine at your place?
Well, with the blanket we were sitting on, my mom had quilted it, and so I was telling her about that, but then I stopped and I asked her if she wanted to kiss, and she did.
She said yes.
That worked?
Yeah, and we hung out for a while, and we looked at the stars, and then it got kind of cold, so I just called her a cab home, and so I thought it was perfect. I mean, I was just reeling, I thought this is the girl, and I was thinking about our wedding, and
Whoa, dude.
All right, so
she never called me back.
How many times have you called her?
A lot more than I want to count,
Oh, no.
okay, so you've called her a bunch, and has she responded to anything?
No, it's been 5 days, and I hope she's okay. I haven't gotten anything.
You have any idea why?
I mean, I hope that maybe she lost her phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, keep hoping, because I don't think that happened.
I don't know, maybe she wasn't digging it, but I thought she was.
All right, well, she did kiss you, so that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good kiss.
Nice. Okay, well, I'm going to play a song, and then we'll come back and call her and get your second date update, okay?
All right.
All right, hang on. If you're just tuning in for today's second date update, Justin is on the phone, and Justin says the girl he went out with is the one.
Aww.
Except technically, I think she's number 3. Because the pool's not very large for Justin. He said that he's only been out with 2 other women before this. So, Justin, how can you be sure that number 3 is the one?
Well, I think you just know, when you know, it's, I mean, she was just out of this world. She was like a glowing swan when I saw her. I was just went numb.
Okay. I think, you know what? Anybody that I've ever talked to that is currently with the one has said the same thing.
Yeah, glowing swan.
Glowing you said glowing? I think you said growing swan.
No.
Anyway, they always refer to him as a swan, so
Yeah.
I think you're right, Justin. Hopefully we can get her on the phone and find out why she's not calling you back, though.
Yeah, I just need to speak with her, whatever it takes. I'll move mountains to at least just see her again or speak with her.
I kind of don't want to call her because I want to see you try to move a mountain. But we'll call her right now and see if we can get her on the phone. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Martha?
Hi, who am I speaking with?
Hi. This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Okay.
How are you?
Am I on the radio?
That's a good question. But I asked how you were first, so I can't tell you that yet.
You good, I guess?
Okay, yeah, you're on the radio. So, the reason that we're calling you today is because we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. Are you familiar with that at all?
What is that?
Well, it's the thing we do on our show where if you go out on a date with somebody and then they don't call you back after, you can email us to get that person on the phone and ask what happened. And we got an email about you from a dude named Justin.
Okay.
Okay, he's a romantic dude, sent you a bunch of flowers, you guys went wine tasting, unless I've got the completely wrong Martha on the phone, and in that case, I'll let you...
Justin.
What's that?
You know him?
I know Justin.
Okay, so this is the Martha that went out with them wine tasting.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
It sounds like he set up a really romantic date for you guys.
It was fine. It was good.
It was good?
I mean, the way he described it, it was magical.
I mean, he put a lot of, time and thought into it clearly, and, I could tell he thought it was special.
Yeah.
Did you not think it was special?
Yeah, no, I mean, it was cool. I had a good time. He clearly thought that it was more special than I did.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, talking just briefly to him, he was a very eager person.
This is like the date of the lifetime for him.
He wanted to be the hopeless romantic, for sure.
Yes. I mean, I think that's the right word.
All right, and is that why you aren't calling him back, because you just don't feel the same?
I mean, it's part of it. It was a pretty good date, to be honest. If it weren't for, the end of the night, I think I maybe would have called him back.
What happened at the end?
Well, we made out a little bit or whatever, and I don't know, it just got kind of weird after that.
Did he start crying?
I
feel like he would have cried.
Yeah.
He seems like a crier.
Honestly, I think that would have been better if he would have cried.
What?
Oh, did he do something else? Like you kissed and then he just couldn't control himself and then,
Oh my God, Jubal, nobody thought that
he was
but
really
you.
into it. Yeah. Did that happen?
Oh my God, no. We were sitting down and he was looking up at the stars and he was like, oh my God, that's our constellation. That looks like a heart, so that's our constellation.
Oh, wow.
He's trying to be romantic, I think. We talked to him a little bit and he doesn't really go out with a lot of women. So I think his whole dating thing is kind of new for him. So I think he was just trying to be super romantic.
Excited.
Yeah, I guess. But I don't know, no, never mind.
What? Now you have to say. You can't say never mind.
No, this is so much worse.
How?
Okay.
At one point, he leans over and he's grabbing my stomach, and he was just like, "My children are gonna live here one day."
Oh, he
back up off my womb, okay?
I know.
What?
I know. And he was like, "Oh, it looks so cozy." He's like, "It looks so warm."
Wow.
I know. It was so much.
That's an interesting comment, for sure.
What did you do? I would have
interesting.
screamed, maybe hit somebody.
I mean, I pretty much was immediately just like, okay, gotta go. And I was done.
Oh my God.
That's understandable.
Dude.
Well, that explains why you weren't calling him back. Martha, he's actually on the other line listening too and wants to talk to you, though, by the way.
Sorry.
So maybe he wants to see if that space is still for rent, I don't know.
Oh my God, seriously?
Yeah, Justin, are you still there?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Justin, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, you guys are taking it out of context. It wasn't that bad. And Martha, it's good to hear your voice.
She starts laughing. Oh my God.
I wanted to talk to you for forever. I mean, it felt like forever. It's been 5 days, but
yeah.
I mean, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I don't think that's the issue, is how she is. I think the issue is what you said to her, Justin.
Did you not hear what she said?
There's a lot of build-up. And there's a lot of wine, and it seemed like the right thing to do because we had talked about everything else, and we were cuddling.
Oh, yeah, but Justin, like that was so far over my line of what is acceptable on a first date. Like, it's crazy.
You know what, Martha? Love is crazy, and love makes you do and say and feel crazy things.
You don't love me. You don't love me.
You might not think that, but there's love already in my heart for you.
And he wants to put it in your belly.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I know that you fall hard or whatever, but it's not okay to tell somebody that you're going to impregnate them and like have their baby on a first date. Like, that's so much.
I was just saying what could happen. I wasn't going to impregnate you on the first date, and I thought you'd like that.
Justin, I met you at like 4 o'clock that day. That was the first time we ever saw each other. And then by the evening, you're like, oh, you're going to have my baby. It's like, it's so much. It's so much.
I meant it as a compliment. And something to look forward to.
Compliment?
As a compliment. You have childbearing body. It's your.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Dude, stop.
Are you serious right now?
Martha,
You don't even know me. You don't.
you told me your middle name. I know everything. You told me.
Oh my God! Anyone that checks her ID knows her middle name. Why are you not hearing what she said? Like, why aren't you apologizing right now?
I know I came off maybe a little strong, but I feel like you're my soulmate, and I will do anything just to hang out with you again. And I can reel it back in. I can be less intense, but I really think that I'm the guy for you.
Oh my God, Justin.
Justin, you can't like apologize and then say I'll dial it back and then call her your soulmate and then keep pressing for her to love you.
Yeah.
Justin, you are a really nice person, but what you're doing is putting so much pressure on me. Like, this is crazy.
Listen, Martha, I know that you're scared right now, and I'm scared too. I've been scared, and being scared is part of love. It's the first step of love.
Mm-hmm. You should listen to Justin. He knows what he's talking about. He's been on 3 dates.
I mean, I don't even know what to say right now.
Well, you could say yes to Justin and go on another date. Martha, would you like to go on a second date with Justin? We will pay for it.
Yeah.
Well, we can't pay for the in vitro if he wants to do that, but we will pay for you guys to go out on a date.
I think that's going to be a hard thank you, but no thank you. Justin, seriously, I wish you the best in whatever comes next for you. I just like that it's not me. I'm not next, okay?
Martha, you can't end now. You just don't nip this in the bud. We have to try to make this work. Please, 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 please.
I mean, you're making me feel like a bad person here. I'm not a bad... Come on. I mean, am I wrong here? No.
No, of course. Justin, you're coming off too hard, man. Like, I think it's sweet that you want love so badly, and I think it's sweet that you want romance so badly, but those things don't happen unless the other person feels the same way.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
You can't tame love. You can't tame it.
Can't tame it.
You're right. Not listening, Justin. You are not listening at all.
I am listening. I'm listening to my heart.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm listening to my heart too, and it's going to be a hard pass.
Oh man, your hearts are arguing right now. I don't think they're going to see eye to eye. I don't think you're going to get a second date out of this, Justin.
Martha, we're perfect for one another, but if you don't see that now, I don't know. I can't choose. This is not my brain picking what I want to do. This is my heart picking, and it's chosen you. And you're going to be there forever. Even if I die alone, you'll die with me.
Well, then you won't die alone. Right, Justin?
Exactly.
Good point. Well, okay, congratulations, Justin. I think this worked out for you. You will not die alone because you'll have Martha in your heart.
Oh, my gosh.
Seriously, I wish you the best, and I hope that you find that person, okay?
All right. I'm going to write you, though.
All right, Justin, will you write her? And Martha, I hope someday you find somebody that puts a baby in that sweet womb of yours. That sounds amazing.
Oh, my God.